Hey guys, what's going on? This is Pixie the Bug, or Danny. Sorry about my desktop. You guys see it every single time. It's always messy, no matter what I do. So, yeah, I clean it and it's usually messy. And this thing is a wrapper from my allergies, whatever. Which, of course, are going to drive me nuts today because I decided to record. So, I'm recording. Hopefully we do not get interrupted. I don't think so, but I didn't think so in previous ones either. I gave it a few minutes. Nothing so far. So, I did notice that I have a couple of more extra subscribers. Welcome to the channel, guys. It's nice to see you. If you're new here, welcome, for one. And two, this channel is all about doing just haunted things, abandoned things, stuff like that. So, at the moment, we are doing a series where we go through all 50 states. And at the moment, guys, we are in Hawaii, which is obviously H. I'm going to absolutely slaughter the name. Probably. I did see how to say it. It's Menehune. It's Hawaiian. I don't know what the name means, but we're going to figure it out together. Ignore that. That's the Facebook thing. That comes in later. So, the Menehune, sorry, see, I already did. Menehune in Hawaii are a mythological race of dwarf people in Hawaiian tradition who are said to live in the deep forests and hidden valleys of the Hawaiian Islands, hidden far away from human settlements. The Menehune are described as superb craftspeople. They built temples, fish ponds, roads, canoes, and houses. Now, I did a little bit of reading before I come on, I always do, and a lot of it is seems to be that they're just legends. They are a race of people who are only 3 feet tall, which makes them dwarves, or I don't want to upset anybody who's small. I really don't. I'm small. I'm 5'0", but I'm not 3 feet tall. If you're that small, I'm sorry. Nothing wrong with being short, though. I feel ya. They lived in the forests and mountains of Hawaii. Apparently, they are not very much like Christmas elves, but children in the islands all knew stories about them growing up, which, I mean, I guess if that's your own personal legend. Funny story, I didn't know my own personal legend, but that's coming up later. I'm in the ends, so, I put that up later, the Menehune evidence, that's later. So I just like every other time, I try to show you pictures of them. They're apparently really small. Really, really teeny tiny people. Kind of like the Littles, if you ever grew up watching them. I did. They were just 3 feet tall people. So, that's the Menehune ditch in Kauai, Hawaii. So apparently they live in caves. I didn't get very far. You're just as far as I am. Evidence of Menehune on finding Bigfoot? I don't know. That doesn't look like a person. It looks kind of like a gravestone, doesn't it? What is... Just little things. Just evidence. If you're curious and want to look them up, feel free to look it up. It's spelled Menehune and said Menehune, which I could be saying wrong. But, oh, you can look up sightings. That's that's obviously fake. That's a leprechaun. Leprechaun or Menehune caught on video. It's a guy in an outfit, guys. Try to think it through before you get too excited. This is from Animal Planet. If Animal Planet doesn't want me to have this up here, let me know. I try to tell you guys where I'm getting this information as I go. I've had different places tell me that they don't want stuff up, and that's the only thing that I edit out. I will go through YouTube, and I'll have YouTube edit out the thing for me, so if you don't want your information there, let me know. But usually people either don't care, or they let me know and I just take it out. That's the only time I ever edit these. You are getting, oh, look at that, it looks like a little bear. That's the only time I ever actually edit my videos. And I've had people be like, oh, you should edit your videos. But I want you guys to get to know me for who I am, not for who I could be. I'm not going to sit here and spend 30 hours editing a video and you know what I mean? Like, you should have me for who I am, not for who I could be. Plus, I suck at editing. I'm just gonna be honest. So why struggle? Why struggle, guys? This is from Maui Wowie, Hawaii? Hawaiian? I can't even read it. Coffees and something. But this is the legend about the Menehune from themselves, I guess. I haven't actually gone into Hawaiian culture, so this is pretty cool. So, this is the tale of the Menehune, a dwarf-like race that were believed to have possessed special powers. In fact, the 1820 census from the island of Kauai listed 65 people as Menehune. The question is, did the Menehune actually exist, or related to the stuff made of legend? So they actually listed people as Menehune. Like, were they actually... They had to have been actually people who wrote in that they were Menehune. So, I don't know. They could actually just be normal people who just happen to be very short. And again, no offense to anybody. I'm short. Just not 3 feet tall short. It has been said that the Menehune people were small in stature, with most growing only 2 feet tall and some as little as 6 inches. Could you imagine being 6 inches tall? They were known to be strong workers and excellent craftsmen despite their shortcomings. Hey! These legendary people lived in the lush forests and deep valleys of the Hawaiian Islands, keeping out of sight and living simple lives filled with dancing, singing, and archery. What they were best known for, however, were their extraordinary feats of engineering and construction, believed to have been accomplished overnight. That is intense. It's like building a car overnight or something. Only working under the cover of darkness, if the Menehune were ever seen, their work would come to an immediate halt. As the Hawaiian legend has it, the Menehune worked the graveyard shift to build temples, fish ponds, roads, canoes, and houses. A few can still be seen today, including the, I'm going to slaughter Kikiola, Kikiola and Kauai, known as the Menehune Ditch. We'll look at that, because I didn't hear about that, so that's kind of cool. The irrigation ditch was made out of stacked lava stones that filtered water from the Waimea River to the taro fields. So let's look at that real quick, guys, because that's pretty cool. Might be the one thing that I looked at and didn't even know what I was looking at. Paste. What? Sorry, technical difficulties. It's okay. Copy. Paste. There we go. So this is Kikiola. Oh, see, we did look at it. And we're like, what this? Or is it that, maybe? Maybe that's what it looks like now? I bet it's that, though. Menehune Ditch, Kauai. Look at that. Can't really tell what it is. It looks like some kind of a seat built into the river. So that is the Menehune Ditch. It is made out of stacked lava stones that filtered water from the Waimea River to the taro fields. I don't know what a taro field is. It's not tarot, like tarot cards. It's Taro. I'm not going to look it up. Just to make this go a little bit faster. Another famous construction is the Elekoko fish pond, also on Kauai. Sorry if I'm slaughtering these. To those who live in Hawaii, sorry. But we're learning. Paste. Nope. Darn it. Technical difficulties. Technology is wonderful if you know how to work it right. There we go. Elekiko fish pond. Let's look at it. It's actually really pretty there. So this is 2009, kind of recent-ish. Look how pretty that is. That was apparently built by the Menehune. And these, it seems to be centering around like Kauai. So let's look at Kauai, guys. I don't know anything about it other than that's in Hawaii. Wow. Look at that. Look how beautiful that is. Look at that water. So, these people. Is that a waterfall? That's a waterfall. That is beautiful. So that is beautiful, guys. Okay. So it is estimated that it is around 1,000 years old. That's the fish pond that we just looked at right there. And has an interesting story to go with it. For this project, they are said to have lined up, forming a double row that stretched 25 miles long. Throughout the night, stones are passed hand to hand. The El Coco fish pond was being built for a princess and her brother, who were both curious about the small but mighty Menehune. One night, the siblings could no longer resist the temptation to spy on the workers, so they snuck out and watched from the mountains above. But as soon as the morning came, they were discovered by the Menehune, who used their powers to turn them into stone pillars. Ooh. Because the work was interrupted, 2 gaps were left in the fish pond wall. Today, those gaps have been filled in, but the pillars still stand in the mountains above. Though these stories are legendary, there might be some truth to them after all. This theory is that prior to the Polynesians, which is a long time ago, settlers from the Marquesas Islands arrived in Hawaii, which were later followed by the Tahitians. The Menehune were already inhabiting the islands when the new settlers from Tahiti came in and began oppressing them, labeling them as Menehune, or commoner in the Tahitian language. They were ultimately forced to flee to the mountains. I mean, you can see the mountains in the background. And valleys where they could remain hidden. So, Menehune is actually like an insult. That's rude. So this is from this place. It's a coffee and smoothie franchise, apparently. So I don't know them, obviously. I just looked at their website. So it's a smoothie franchise. Kind of cool that they had gosh darn it, English is hard today. We'll just move on. Discover the real Menehune of Hawaii's stories and legends. We learned about that. One of their most well-known accomplishments is the intricate and complex Kikiola Ditch on Kauai. Wow. Which is also known as the Menehune Ditch. They built the Alikoko fish pond. I'm sorry, guys. I don't know why my words are struggling right now. Yep, we've read basically all of this. This is from the Royal Hawaiian Movers. It seems to be a pretty unique myth that a lot of people have heard of, because the last one was a smoothie company, and this one is a moving company. The Royal Hawaiian Movers, a do-it company. So, wow, look at those colors. You probably can't see it, but, I mean, the colors are so deep and rich in this picture. This is tohawaii.com. It's a travel guide. Basically the same thing. Halulu means to tremble, and it seemed like this little guy was always cold. But his magic gift was that whenever he would start shaking, he would become invisible and could travel anywhere without being detected. Ilu in Hawaiian means quick and nimble, and whenever Ilu moved, he was so quick that he disappeared and no one could follow him. Huh. That's kind of a neat one. I don't want to go too long. It's already 13 minutes. So I probably won't go too far. This one, I promised I would tell you guys everything. It's the Ulakau, the Hawaiian Electric Company. Again, another company that talks about it. That's pretty cool. Hawaiian Aloha Travel. The expert masons are said to have conjured enormous rock structures overnight, like the Menehune King, a sculpture by Camille at Hilton Hawaiian Village in Honolulu. That sounds interesting. We can look at that real quick. Sorry. This should be a structure of some sort. This one, maybe? I don't know if that's the right one. Just kind of guessing. because it doesn't seem to have a way to look at it. Like, this is from a hotel. Here we go. It's from a hotel. Really small. But they were said to be small. I'm sorry, it's not focusing. Let's try this one. There we go. Now you can see them. So this is a picture of a Menehune. And that's out front of a hotel, which I currently forgot. I was like a hotel. Yeah, the Hilton Hawaiian Village in Honolulu. So that's pretty cool. I looked for evidence, which I thought was kind of neat. Fossils have been discovered from 38,000 to 18,000 years ago. This is from the About Menehune. Yeah, sorry guys. Though archaeological evidence suggests it lived on Flores between at least 95,000 and 13,000 years ago, it used stone tools and fire and hunted pygmy elephants, Komodo dragons, and the giant rats found on Flores. Which I thought is a little bit weird. Is Flores down near Menehune, Hawaii? I don't know where that is. So, look at that sculpture. That's pretty. This is about maunui.com. Look at that sculpture. This must be one too. The folklore of many nations around the world includes stories of magical little people. It is as old as the beginning of Polynesian history. So, that's kind of cool. These people were... Well, we're not going to look at that. Sorry. That's a little... We're just going to move away from that. Alright. So the next one I usually do is I look at, like, a YouTube page. This usually gets me in trouble. So it doesn't get me in trouble. I've never been yelled at. Usually they just ask me to take their thing off. I've had some of them get really, like, hey, this is really cool. We're doing another series on it. And shout out to you guys. I didn't forget you. I just haven't been able to figure out how to find your comment. For some reason, it's not showing up on the video itself, so... I'll get back to them. They talked to me about a video that they did. What was it? It was White Thing, which was a previous video. Go check it out. It's really cool. And these people sent me a message and they were like, hey, we're doing a part 2. And I'm like, that is so cool. So even though I only have 14 subscribers, guys, if you have a small channel and you're making content, don't think you're just going to get ignored by people. I've had so many people notice me. I did a video... I started to do a series about, what was it? It was the current famous songs going on, and I did a little skit of BTS, and I actually had to have YouTube edit it out. They flagged it. I've not gotten yelled at, but it was just something that stayed with me because I only have 14 subscribers, and these people are like a massive like recording studio, and I'm like, wow, I'm not really worth anything, and you guys are noticing me. That was just an experience that stayed with me. So, I try to give credit where credit's due. This is by Oiwi TV. If you don't like me using your content, flag it. I'll take it out as soon as I notice it. Like I said, that's the only time I actually edit the videos. I don't edit these. So... I'm sorry if I've upset anybody by using your content. If not, and you want to reach out to me, dude, reach out to me. It's so cool to me to be reached out to by people. Because you just never know who's going to notice your stuff. And it's just really freaking cool to me. But this is called The Menehune and the Birds. And this is by OIWI TV. Please don't ask me to say that. Not meant to be offensive, just terrible. We'll just watch a little bit. Oh, this is really cool. They cartoonized it.
And for the younger ones who didn't know, we would teach them.
This is like a cartoon thing. We're not going to watch it, guys. I don't want to take their cartoons or anything. It's cool to get into somebody else's culture. Never mind. I was going to look up, like, hey, Hawaiian music. They have beautiful music down there. But I'm not going to do that. The last thing I usually always do is look up their stuff on Facebook to let you guys know if there's anything else you can look into. There's always Google, there's always people, there's always a million other things. But sometimes you can go on here. I've found festivals and all kinds of things. This is Menehune, Felines Hawaii, and it's about a cat, so that's not it. I looked through this earlier. I usually try to look into it, and I never really find anything. I think this is supposed to be a Menehune, but why is he on the rainbow? And I'm not against rainbows. I love rainbows. No offense meant to anybody who likes rainbows. It's just, I don't understand why they have a big, huge, muscular guy on a like a swirled, never mind. There's a really cool statue. Smoothie. I like the purse. They look kind of like monkeys, though, in this picture. And then there's a coffee thing. But I looked through this earlier, and there wasn't really anything. I mean, I found a Cancun vacation. So I guess if you want to go to Cancun, here's a cancunvacation.vip, and you can stay in the Riviera Maya in Cancun for $500. I'm not sponsored by them. I don't know anything about it. Usually when you go to do these kind of luxury resort things, they want you to go to a like a timeshare thing where they want you to go there and pay money to stay there. Well, not pay money. Yeah, timeshare, because you pay monthly on that, don't you? I don't know. I don't know anything about timeshares. I just know that usually when you get into those things, they make you go into like a meeting, and they're like, hey, you need to buy this timeshare, and they pressure you into it. It's really weird. This is a picture from Trevor Suiza Photography. This is about the Menehune, I guess. This is the Alacoco Fish Pond. You can see this is what we looked at, just like this quick thing. And I think that's where, because they started the two things, but they say that there's supposed to be pillars, and I haven't seen a pillar yet. It's the only thing that, look, there's houses down there. That's kind of cool. Never mind. Ignore me. We're just going to keep going. Holly Watson with the really cool little snowman that was made on December 3rd of 142. Shout out to you. I don't know you, but I see your snowman. That's cool. It is a Menehune snowman. That is really cool. Otherwise, there's not really much to go through. So there's Move to Hawaii group, Hawaii vacation, a whole bunch of things here that you can look at if you want to. So nothing good here, guys. So that is the Menehune. They are in Hawaii. They build things. They're little craftspeople, and they are 6 inches to 3 feet tall. So that is what our creatures are today. Could they be alive today? I mean, there's a race of people who live in the woods. Does that mean that they don't exist? Well, the problem is that at 6 inches to 3 feet, you don't see them very often. You know, like there's no concrete proof that they exist. On the same breath, if it's just based off of a group of people who live deep in the forest, they could be just regular craftspeople who just live out in the middle of nowhere, and they just made a story about them. You know, oh, well, this would be really cool. We'll build this. And then it just kind of went down in a myth thing. So that's it for the H's, was Hawaii. We are going into the Idaho next week for Charlie, Sharlie. You're welcome to check it out before I do. But hopefully next Sunday you'll have a brand new thing to look at. Sorry I haven't been as active as I usually am. It's Christmas time. I've been going through some weird stuff, and it's not a big deal. We'll get through it. I tried to make it so that I could record on Monday and put this up, but it hasn't happened. Apparently Sunday's just in my mind is, oh, we gotta record. So what I usually do is I sit down, I make a video, like right now, I'm recording. After this, I'll just put it right up on YouTube, and then you guys get it when it drops, when it's done uploading. So, if you guys are interested, feel free to drop a comment down below on what you'd like to see. I went through, this is my entire list. It goes all the way up and down. The series is things that are in different states. If you want to know where I'm in New York, and mine is Champ. I've never heard of him, and I've lived here my entire life. I don't think he's that far. So maybe this summer I'll go and check it out, and I'll make a video about it. But we're almost through. And then I wrote down different things to do after. There's the Boogeyman, the Vampire, Dybbuk, Banshee, Pontianak, the Loch Ness Monster. I just wrote down like a whole bunch of stuff. I don't want to give away my location, so some of these I'm not too far from. So, if I make a video and then later on I might go up and visit the place, and you guys can get more of the information there. So, that's pretty much all that I have on there. So if you like the video, hit like. If you want to stick around, hit subscribe. Hit the notification button. You'll get this hopefully every Sunday, but I've been bad. Sorry. My channel has grown twice as much. You guys are just so awesome. I literally went from 6 subscribers last year, and I was stuck there for forever. And then we went through the pandemic. I've gone up to 14. So welcome to the channel, guys. You're more than welcome to stay here. I hope you're enjoying the content. Hopefully it gets better. If I ever get monetized or whatever, I'll take the money and it'll go straight into the channel. I'll buy a better camera other than the one on my phone. And we're just going to keep getting better. I don't care if I ever get monetized. I'm doing this just for fun. So this channel is what we make of it together, guys. If there's anything you want me to check out, it might be a while. We're only in the eyes, and I want to finish the 50 states before I go further. But if you want to hear something specific, drop a name of whatever it is down below. Send me a message on YouTube. You're welcome to reach out to me whichever way you want to. And hopefully I can, figure it out. But it was nice hanging out with you guys this Sunday. I will see you next week. And you know what, guys? For the first time in forever, we weren't interrupted in a video. So kudos to that. I will see you guys next week. Bye.